I wanted to share a self-realization that I just experienced. And I am walking a process of changing my reactions to awareness realizations. Within this interview that I had listened to from Eqafe called Negative Reactions, it's a Reptilian interview, part 228, and I will include the link in the information box. And what happened was I had a number of chores to accomplish today, and I didn't get to them all. So I was just outside having a smoke and realizing that my husband's going to be home soon, we're going out, and shit, once again, I didn't get done everything through my list. I didn't accomplish certain things. There's this one thing I really wanted to do. I want to squeeze it in. I want to squeeze it in before he gets home. And I felt something move within my solar plexus. I felt a movement. And it felt like a little below in my stomach area. And it felt like a negative energy, an anxiety, a worry. And within the interview that I had just mentioned, what I learned was when I postpone, when I have tasks to do, and I'm learning things often or throughout the day, instead of doing it when I can, obviously there are times when we can't do something, and we do have to make lists, but I'm a list maker. So instead of doing things in the moment, I often write them down and I postpone. Or sometimes I don't write them down and I worry about it. So what I had learned through this interview was that when I learn something new, and often there's a lot of, say, new knowledge and information, and I think to myself, okay, well, I have to do this. I have to apply this. This is, and I write down my to-do list. Instead of doing it in the moment, if and when I have time, and often I do have time, because that's when I'm sitting doing my work. So instead of doing it in the moment, I create a memory about it within me. And within that memory, a whole bunch of negative inner conversation will come up. And then the feelings arise. And as I was listening to it, you listen and it's like, okay, that makes sense. But my realization point is that then I just experienced it outside. I did experience that. So when I thought about the task I needed to do, I had a lot of stuff inside me about my husband coming home, kind of blaming him that I can't do it because he's coming home. And also stuff like, well, I don't really want to do it. It's difficult. I have to review everything, and I don't want to do it. It seems really hard. And then the feeling came. And another point I wanted to mention was that within the process that I'm walking with Destiny and learning a lot through the Eqafe interviews, we are slowing things down within this learning process. Slowing down by using breath, slowing the mind down. And in doing that, I was able to see, experience my reaction. And experience, yes, it's true. There was a whole bunch of, I've connected now this task to a whole bunch of negative inner conversation, like back chat, thoughts in my mind coming up. And hence then bringing on the feeling of anxiety, worry. So very clearly now, instead of just it being knowledge and information, I can see when I postpone, I create another layer of the character that I live, that I believe to be me, who is somewhat incompetent, doesn't get things done, gives up, never sticks to something, never accomplishes much, just gets little chores done. I have a whole personality around that, inferiority. And that is what I wanted to share. So I highly recommend this interview. And like I said, I will put the link below. Thank you.